Hi, I'm Senator Jeff Merkley, and I want to talk to you today about fixing the Senate. The Senate is broken, and it's broken primarily because of the filibuster. And when I say filibuster, you're probably thinking of something a little bit like this.
Instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, that whenever any form of government becomes...
But today, a filibuster isn't a senator taking to the floor to defend a core value. Instead, it's a little bit more like this.
Clerk will call the roll. Mr. Akaka.
There is a big difference between the talking filibuster of the past and the silent filibuster we have today. Indeed, right now, all that happens with a filibuster is someone makes a phone call to the floor and they say, you know what, I'm going to object, and it creates a filibuster and the public cannot see it. And this has resulted in the number of filibusters increasing dramatically. In fact, if we look at a chart of the motions to close debate on filibusters, we see that there were virtually none in the 1950s. And then they surged in the 1970s. They rose higher in the 1990s. And now we're talking in recent years about even additional obstruction. In 2002, we had 48 filibusters. In 2007, we had 78. In 2012, we had 63. Each one of these silent filibusters takes up at least a week of the Senate's time, tying it in knots, preventing the Senate from addressing the big national issues that we face. And that is unacceptable. And that's why we need to restore the talking filibuster. The requirement, the simple requirement that if you vote for more debate, you have to go to the floor and debate. It puts you on record before your colleagues, and it puts your argument before the American people. And the American people can weigh in, and they can say, you are a hero, or they can say, you are a bum. And they can tell their own senators from their home state, support that filibuster or oppose that filibuster. But at least we have a way of compelling the Senate to act on the big issues facing our nation. And if there's obstruction, it's on display, and citizens can intervene and try to keep the Senate on track. That's the talking filibuster. We need to get that done. In addition, we need to reduce the number of times that a bill faces obstruction. Right now, if you chart a bill from beginning to end, motion to proceed, amendments, passage, 3 motions to get to conference committee, final passage, each one of these are a point where a filibuster can be used to obstruct it. So we need to change that. We need to get rid of some of these points of obstruction. A motion to proceed, it makes no sense to say we're going to enhance debate by blocking debate. So let's get rid of that opportunity. And it makes no sense to block a bill from getting to conference committee. It's already been passed by the House and the Senate. Let's get those negotiations started rather than wasting weeks of the Senate's time trying to figure out just how to appoint a conference committee. This still leaves ample opportunity for those in the minority to make their views known, to take to the floor, and to make their case. But it also creates a situation where the Senate should be able to get a lot more relevant work done. And there is a lot of work to do to address the big issues facing America. Thank you.